Protesting continues to grow in Egypt as the deadline for a new constitution inches closer.
And the royal family will soon be Will and Kate +1.
Kobe Bryant has just made history by joining an elite group of players.
And another earthquake has hit off the coast of Japan. We'll have the details. Newscene starts right now.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Newscene. I'm Aaliyah Bora.
And I'm Dallas Richter. Thank you for joining us.
Thousands of Egyptians are now outside the presidential palace in Cairo for another day of demonstrations. Soldiers and riot police have been deployed outside the palace as opposition continues to grow. The fresh protests come as the country's main opposition groups rejected President Mohamed Morsi's call for a national political dialogue in an overnight address to the nation. President Morsi pledged to continue with a controversial constitutional referendum. Morsi is calling the recent protests regrettable and blamed it on infiltrators funded by unnamed third parties.
Today, December 7th, marks 71 years since the historic bombing of Pearl Harbor. The surprise military attack by Japanese forces in 1941 shocked the United States and killed over 2,000 Americans. The events directly resulted in the U.S. involvement in World War II. Today at 9 a.m., San Diego observed Pearl Harbor Day with a free ceremony at the USS Midway, co-hosted by the museum and the Pearl Harbor Survivors Association.
Police investigators and forensic technicians dug up bones, body fragments, and teeth at a secret mass grave in Tijuana this week. The excavation is being done at a deserted area of Tijuana after 100 bodies in an underground pit were found. The findings represent hope for a lot of families with missing relatives. The location allegedly was owned by Jose Santiago Meza, who was arrested in 2009 and confessed to dumping 300 bodies in vats of acid. Meza admitted he was paid $600 per week by a drug kingpin to get rid of the bodies of gang victims.
A prank call to the UK hospital that housed the Duchess of Cambridge has taken a tragic turn. Jacinta Saldana, the nurse who initially answered the call, has been found dead. Saldana apparently committed suicide following the backlash of the prank call. Her death has sparked a firestorm of controversy on social media against the Australian DJs who pranked the nurse.
The homeless man who police say pushed another man onto the tracks of a New York subway station is now charged with murder. 30-year-old Naeem Davis was arraigned yesterday. He's accused of killing 58-year-old Ki Suk Han on Monday after an argument. Davis told authorities Han was bothering him and wouldn't leave him alone. He is being held without bail and will be back in court on Tuesday.
For the first time in American history, the medical licensure system is being bypassed in order to allow 30 doctors and 30 dentists from Mexico to work in California. This is a trial to address the needs of 950,000 Mexican labor workers. The California Medical Association believes that this whole operation undermines the California licensing system. Bob McElderry, the associate director of the CMA, says that it raises questions about minimum qualifications to treat patients, especially if it doesn't require the same exams and residency programs.
Here at City College, we will be having our Don't Be a Bully conference. It begins tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and is open to all students. Attendees are asked to bring non-perishable items to donate to the Let's Can Hunger campaign.
Vista's youngest ever council member is hard at work this week. 26-year-old Cody Campbell was sworn in on Tuesday at a special meeting in the City Council chambers. Campbell was a student trustee on the Vista's Unified School Board for 2 years. He plans to create a business-friendly climate in Vista to promote job growth.
The San Diego City Council has settled 2 more lawsuits brought on by women who were victims of sexual battery by a police officer in the Gaslamp Quarter. The City Council on Tuesday settled with one woman for $170,000 and with the other for $75,000. Both women had testified that Anthony Arevalos demanded sexual favors during traffic stops in 2010. Arevalos is now serving a nearly 9-year prison term after being convicted of 8 felony and 4 misdemeanor charges involving 5 women. Last month, the city settled with another woman for $675,000.
Citibank announced it will be cutting 11,000 jobs. That equals 4% of its global workforce. The planned cuts are in an effort to reduce costs and increase profits. About 4,000 of the job cuts will be in North America. Citibank is the 3rd largest bank, U.S. bank, but says it may not be done with the layoffs just yet.
There's been a lot of activity on Capitol Hill concerning same-sex marriage. Alex Miller-Pastori joins us with the latest.
There has been, and big news, but not a lot's going to change just yet. The U.S. Supreme Court has decided to hear same-sex marriage-related cases, and California will be directly affected eventually. Newscene spoke with one San Diego couple who are eager to tie the knot.
I knew probably after at least the first year.
It just kind of hit me one day. She's at home sleeping with our dogs, and I was just like, God, I love her. Like, just that moment where it's perfect.
Jordan and Sarah Russo have been together for 3 years, and they, like many other same-sex couples across the state, are waiting for the day they can make it legal. It was a dream come true for similar couples in June of 2008, when a California Supreme Court ruling granted same-gendered partners the right to marry. The issue soon went to the ballot box as California State Proposition 8. In November of 2008, Californians voted in favor of a measure that would amend the state's constitution. Now, all new marriages were to be between a man and a woman. Through a series of state-level appeals and stays, Prop 8 has made its way to the nation's highest court. If the U.S. Supreme Court decides not to hear the case, same-sex couples could be right back here again, vying for a spot in line to pick up a marriage license if they do hear the case. The court's decision is expected in June, and it could have national implications.
I think there's absolutely no way that they're going to say that there should be no such thing as gay marriage. I really don't. It's federal government's responsibility to guarantee us all equal rights.
Alex Miller-Pastori, Newscene. Hi. Now, while the court offered to rule on the Defense of Marriage Act and Prop 8 cases, the justices have also provided a way for themselves not to decide. So same-sex couples who hear wedding bells, their engagement will just have to be put on hold just a little bit longer. So a lot of big news, but a lot more wait and see.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to wait and see, and we'll definitely keep on top of it and see what the results turn out to be.
And coming up, the future of automobiles comes in blue and white.
And the Chargers continue to lose on and off the field. Excuse me. We'll have the details coming up.
For you. Hey, Mom.
You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Red